Hello everybody, Connor here, and welcome back to another episode of Gaming Retrospective. The new Super Mario Bros. Series is one of the most controversial Nintendo series of all time. There's a total of 4 games in the series, releasing over the span of 6 years on the DS, Wii, 3DS, and Wii U. They have a pretty mixed reputation based on how similar each installment is from the last. Unlike the other 2D Mario games, these ones all share the same art style. Today we're going to be focusing on the first entry in the series, New Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo DS. The game was first announced alongside the Nintendo DS at E3 2004. They showcased a demo of a 2D Mario game that used 3D models. There wasn't much heard about this game until a few years later when Nintendo announced that New Super Mario Bros. Would release on the DS May 7th, 2006. They also showcased the new power-ups for the game, the Blue Koopa Shell and the Mega Mushroom. The Blue Koopa Shell is able to protect you from most threats and allows you to roll around on the ground. The Mega Mushroom transforms Mario into his Mega form, which allows you to plow through pretty much everything in the level. The game ended up being delayed from the May 7th release, and New Super Mario Bros. Released on May 15th, 2006, making it the first original 2D Mario game to be released since Super Mario Land 2: 6 Golden Coins in 1992. This game became instantly successful, selling over 1 million copies 12 weeks after releasing. New Super Mario Bros. Was seen as a revival to the 2D Mario series. The Game Boy Advance had the Mario Advance series, but those were just remakes of the past 2D games. I'm not sure why Nintendo didn't release an original 2D Mario game on the Game Boy Advance, but it was smart for them to port their older games for a new audience. New Super Mario Bros. Was actually going to be a 5th installment to the Mario Advance series, but it ended up evolving into its own thing. New Super Mario Bros. Has its own original story mode, a 2-player Mario vs. Luigi mode, and a minigame mode that reuses the minigames from Super Mario 64 DS. The Mario vs. Luigi mode is a battle mode where each player runs around the stage collecting stars. You can lose stars from taking damage either by the stage or from the other player. I have so many fun memories playing this mode on the DS download. It was really competitive, so it made for a lot of fun. I spent a lot more time playing the minigames. These were available right from the start, unlike Super Mario 64 DS where they had to be unlocked. There was either a solo mode or a versus battle mode where you could play against other players. There was a total of 18 single player and 26 multiplayer minigames. They were divided into 4 categories: action, puzzle, table, and variety. These were a blast back in the day and made car rides much more enjoyable. Some of my favorites were the Snowball one, Wanted, and Trampoline Time. I was a huge fan of these modes back in the day. Like I said, they gave me so many hours of fun, but these were just the side modes. Now let's talk about how great the single player mode is. The story around this game is that Bowser Jr. kidnapped Peach and now it's up to Mario to save her. This is similar to pretty much every Mario game, but it's a little different since it's not Bowser this time. One thing that stands out from the previous 2D Mario games is the improvement to Mario's moveset. This game controls flawlessly. Mario has adapted aspects of his 3D moveset for this game. You're able to ground pound, wall jump, double jump, and triple jump. These work so naturally in this game you'd think they've always been a part of Mario's moveset. There's also a total of 8 worlds to explore in this game. If you play straight through the game, you only encounter worlds 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 8, and each world has a different level theme. World 1 has the classic grassland theme. World 2 is desert themed. World 3 has a beach theme and has the first ghost house in the game. World 5 is winter themed. World 6 takes place in a rocky canyon. And World 8 is split up into 2 parts, a dark forest area and a lava area. Worlds 4 and 7 are unlocked by taking a secret pathway at the end of World 3 and 5 respectively. And to take this pathway you need to use one of the new power-ups in the game, the Mini Mushroom. This power-up shrinks Mario down, increases his jump, and lets him get into tighter spaces. World 4 is jungle themed and introduces poison, which defeats Mario regardless of which form he has. And World 7 takes place in the sky and the majority of the levels are in the clouds. Having multiple pathways helps create a lot of replayability for this game. New Super Mario Bros. Was designed with replayability in mind. I remember seeing the world map as a kid and wondering how to get to the other worlds. Another aspect of replayability comes from the introduction of star coins. There's 3 star coins hidden across each level, and finding them gives you access to different pathways on the world map. They can either unlock new levels or toad houses that can give you power-ups. The mushrooms, fire flower, and star all make their return in this game, and like I said earlier, the mega mushroom, blue Koopa shell, and mini mushroom also make their debut in this game. These power-ups just feel a bit gimmicky and only have a specific purpose. For example, the mega mushroom lets you pretty much skip the level, and the mini mushroom is only really used to unlock hidden areas. These just don't really feel like power-ups anyone would specifically go out of their way to get, since they're only really useful in these certain situations. Each world is pretty linear and has around 10 levels. There's at least 1 tower in each and a castle at the end. The game plays as your basic 2D Mario game should. You use the D-pad to move around, Y to run, and B to jump. Luigi is also a playable character, and he can be selected by holding down the L and R buttons when you select your save file. The touchscreen is also a new addition. It shows your progress through the level and the amount of star coins you've collected. It also lets you hold a power-up, and all you have to do is tap on the screen to get it. The game works perfectly on the DS, the graphics are solid, and the music's classic. There's a reason why this game was as successful as it was. It was the first 2D Mario game in more than a decade, and with its single player and its multiplayer battle mode and minigames, it makes for a pretty solid package. It was a great first entry to the new Super Mario Bros. Series, and I would even argue that this game is a classic like the first 3 Super Mario games on the NES and Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo. I feel like later entries in this series drag this one down a bit. If you look at it on its own, it's a pretty great 2D Mario game. I'd give this game an 8 out of 10. The only problem I have with it is that the new power-ups could have been a lot better. Besides that, I have no complaints. New Super Mario Bros. For the DS revived the 2D Mario format. Despite the issues in later New Super Mario Bros. Entries, this one should be remembered for its solid gameplay. It helped pave the way for more 2D Mario titles on the handhelds as well as the home consoles. Without it, who knows if we'd have other 2D Mario titles like Mario Maker and Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Oh, another complaint is, why is it called New Super Mario Bros. When it came out over 15 years ago?